Hi everyone, this is my presentation for EDF 204 and it's on pbisworld.com and the app Storybots. Alright, so about me, my name is Lauren Clark and my major is Deaf and Hard of Hearing Education with middle grade social studies, which is the certification for grades 5 through 9, and a minor in American Sign Language. My ideal teaching situation would be at a deaf school, either residential or a day school, in 8th grade American history or 6th grade geography. But with my deaf and hard of hearing education degree, I can teach anywhere from preschool to 12th grade. Okay, so this is the homepage for pbisworld.com. It is a way to help teachers manage their students' behavior. Students will rarely ever see this website, if they ever see the website, because the teachers look for whatever behavior the child is having, which I'll get into how to use it later, but if the child is aggressive, if they're anxious, if they're confrontational, they don't have good social skills, they call other children names, stuff like that, you can pick one of these behaviors and find different information and different interventions. So some key information on that website. The website gives the teacher ideas for behavioral intervention, and it has different tiers, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. It gives teacher blank charts and graphs to make data collections easier, which can be downloaded from the site, which I'll touch on later. It gives a large variety of behaviors that may be occurring, so that is this picture that I just showed you, all of the different behaviors. Then the website leads you step by step on how to approach these interventions. There's also a discussion board for teachers that they can discuss the interventions that they've tried. They can say, did this work for you? It didn't work for me. I need another idea. It also has a link to Live School, which is another website that I looked at and I really, really liked. It's like a reward system for students and teachers and parents, so they can all be connected in one place. So I was talking about the step-by-step instructions. So after I clicked on the behavior that was anxiety. So it brought me to this. So is the student apprehensive to start on their own work? They frequently question their ability to do tasks. So you read through all of these different symptoms, and if it sounds like the student down here, does this describe the student? Yes or no? And if you click yes, it will take you to different interventions, and if you click no, it'll take you back to the first screen where you pick the behavior. So this is after you click the yes button, and then it brings you here and it tells you some different things you can try, like try some deep breathing, tell them to draw a picture in their journal, have them listen to music, reduce their assignment, give them tasks and them on a break. So these are all tier 1 interventions. So if you feel like, okay, I want to learn about deep breathing. So I'm going to go to data tracking forms and strategies, and I'm going to find a graph, a pre-made blank graph that will help me get some information from the student, like if I ever need it for an ARC. And then down at the bottom, I've tried tier 1 for at least 6 months, so now take me to tier 2. So these are like the first level, and if these don't work, then we're going to go to tier 2, the second level. Like I said, this is the data tracking, so here's all the different strategies. The self-monitoring assignment sheet you can give to the student, and they can self-monitor. If they have a problem raising their hand and talking out of turn, there's a form for that. Alright, so how students can use this site. I already said it, but students are rarely ever going to see this. They're just going to see the papers that the teacher prints out for them. They can download it and print it, and then tape it to the student's desk or have it on a clipboard that they take with them. Alright, so my app is Storybots, and it's also a website. So you can use it on the computer, iPad, iPhone, and the Apple TV, and it's not available for Androids. It's only available for Apple products. So some key information about Storybots. It's mostly for preschool and kindergarten ages, but it could be used for some first graders who need the intervention. It has games, activities, videos, interactive books, and worksheets. Students can star in their own videos and books, which means they take a picture from their iPad or their tablet, whatever they're on, and then the app will put it into the story or the video, so they're a part of the story. It covers reading and math concepts, as well as topics that interest to preschool and kindergarten age groups. So we'll get to that later. There's like dinosaurs and cars and stuff like that. I already said it can be used for laptops, tablets, and smartphones, and it can be used on a smartboard if you're wanting a whole group activity. So how it's used for special education and gifted students. Students that are performing below grade level could use some of the games and activities. ELL students, they can learn English interactively, but it's not available in different languages, so they already have to be pretty fluent in English. It can be used for gifted preschool children who are ready to move on to kindergarten content, and can be used for special education students that are performing below their same age peers. So this is the home page. Shows you an overview. This right here with this little guy's face is part of the interactive stories where he is now part of it, his pet dragon. This is part of the interest. So these are the learning books. There's like this is the dinosaur, but there's stuff about cars. There's letters and shapes, and then there's emotions, which would be really interesting to see some maybe an autistic child trying to learn different emotions about different people. And then numbers and counting. And then these are the videos. These are the emotions. So I would definitely use this for an autistic child. I'm teaching them different emotions. So what if they feel sad, if they're feeling silly, if they're happy, if they want to know about love, if they're really, really grumpy today, they're grumpy as a grizzly bear. So then a playground. All of these are locked, so I think you have to pay for them, but there are different worksheets for the teachers to print out. There's coloring sheets. There's like a word search type of thing here, the ABC word find. Thanksgiving, Halloween, Valentine's Day, different activities related to different holidays. And I touched on this a little bit, but how it can be used for students with disabilities and for gifted students. But students that are performing below grade level could use some of the games and activities. English language learners can learn interactively, but it's not available in different languages. It can be used for gifted preschool children who are ready to move on to kindergarten, and for special education students that are performing below their same age peers. Alright, that is it. I hope you all enjoyed it.